Hi, I'm Sophie.
And I'm Tasha. And together, we are the Publishing Twins.
Tasha and I are twins, and we know each other really well. And we'd like you to know us too.
So we've written each other questions that we don't know about that's going to put us right on the spot.
Yeah, I'm slightly nervous about this one.
It's all right.
She's evil.
I didn't write... I am the evil twin, but I didn't write too many evil questions, I promise.
Oh, good. That's good. I'm glad.
So do you want to start?
So, I've got my list over here because I don't want to get it wrong because I had a long think about these questions. So do you want to go in order 1 to 12 or are we going to pick random ones?
Oh, I don't know. Should we go random so that we don't... Well, it depends, because if we end up doing the twin thing and ask each other the same question, then we're just going to have to go with the same subject. But
yeah, probably.
If we don't do the twin things, then we can do random ones, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I will pick... First of all, I'm actually going to pick the question about indie publishing. So we are both...
I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that.
Yeah, so we are both... we run our own publishing business called Whittaker Press. We've run it for the last 14 years, 14 years, isn't it? I think it's 14 years we've run it.
I think you'll find we started it in 2011. So that'd be 15.
Okay, that's 15 years. Okay, yes, we're 2026 now, aren't we? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so 15 years in publishing.
Yeah, show your age by not being able to remember the year.
Oops. GenX people, sorry. Okay, so indie publishing. So we have been in indie publishing for the last 15 years. So we started small. We started on Amazon actually, didn't we? I think. Publishing ebooks.
Amazon and Smashwords.
Yeah. So my question for you, Tash, is what do you find most challenging about indie publishing?
Start with the easy ones, why don't you? It's the marketing. The marketing is so hard. Trying to get people interested in things when there's such a huge noise to signal ratio in the marketplace. Because when we first started, you could put a book on Amazon and people would see it. So you'd indie publish on Amazon, people would be able to see it straight away. As soon as they brought in KDP Select, that all changed. And every single time they change their advertising, the small guy gets pushed down even further. So marketing a book and getting people to actually see it is the hardest part. You can have a fantastic, amazing book, but if people never see it, it's never going to sell. So that's definitely the hardest part.
I think, because that's why we're on social media. We both started our TikTok channels, haven't we? Talking about our books and things. But it's building that audience that's the difficult thing, isn't it? Because when we've got a mailing list, we're building it up gradually. We have a newsletter that comes out once a month telling people what's coming up and what we're doing. But it really is. You just have to keep doing it and doing it and doing it and hoping that people are going to be interested in what we're talking about.
And every time you think you've found a hook, the social media platforms will change the game. And suddenly the algorithm isn't picking up the same things anymore. And suddenly nobody's watching your stuff. It's really frustrating.
It is, yes.
Okay.
Right, there we go.
Okay, my turn, which is my most evil question. Okay, this one isn't too hard, but I'm going with writing.
Okay.
Is there a writing trope you think you are far too fond of?
Oh, a writing trope. Yes. I'm a little bit too eager to put my characters through the ringer. So I think
aren't we
the
all?
hurt comfort.
Isn't
I think hurt comfort can be a little bit. I'm a bit too. I enjoy that a bit too much, I think.
Don't worry, if you get too melodramatic, I will rein you in. It's not a problem.
Oh yeah, she does tell me when I'm purple. She really does. Yeah. She goes,
like,
purple, cut it out.
Yes. There is a reason we read each other's stuff before it goes any further.
Yes. Okay, so next question.
What do you have in store for me on this one?
So for this one, we're going back to the 1980s and our Gen X roots. Ooh. So my question for you is, if you had to pick early 80s or late 80s, and why?
Late 80s. Because back from the mid to the late 80s, that's when we were finding ourselves, as in we were growing up, we were becoming teenagers, and so we were discovering things like music and our own fashion sense and all the TV shows and everything.
Oh, yes.
So
our fashion sense.
Look, it was the 80s. You had to be a bit out there.
Big hair.
Yeah, I didn't really have big hair because I had short hair at the time. So
you didn't you? Yeah, it wasn't until the 90s
went really
you had
big.
long hair.
Yeah.
Yes, I've always had thin hair, so I've never really had big hair. Even when I tried to use back combing and stuff, it didn't work on me.
Yeah. Well, let's face it, we didn't really know about back combing, did we? We weren't exactly
Not
up
really,
on the
no.
latest fashion trends. We knew about hairspray and we knew about the makeup, but then again, the makeup in the 80s was, a bit of lippy, a little bit of mascara and some
blusher.
Blusher, thank you, that's the word I'm going for. And some outrageously coloured eyeshadow, and that was about it.
I mean, it's so complicated nowadays.
I'd never heard of foundation until I got married.
Oh yes,
literally, never used it. The one time in my life I've actually used a proper foundation was when I got married, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, the number of products out nowadays is amazing, isn't it?
It's really utterly bonkers, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the music of the late 80s is awesome. And then, of course, you've got 1987 when The Lost Boys came out, which basically was just,
absolutely.
The vampire movie obsession started there.
That's where it started,
looked back.
Yeah,
never looked
absolutely.
back. So yeah, it's got to be the late 80s. Although the fashion in the early 80s was better.
Yes, it was. New Romantics were better than the whole rah-rah skirt thing that happened in the late 80s.
Yeah. For New Romantics compared to Stock Aitken and Waterman, I'm going New Romantics.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, Duran, better than
Kylie and Jason.
Kylie Minogue. Yeah. I do like Kylie and Jason, but they are a bit kitsch.
Yes. Yeah, I was watching a video on YouTube the other day, and I can't remember which year it was, but literally every other number one was Kylie or Jason for the entire year, but I can't remember which year it was. Okay, so next one.
Yeah, you.
Okay, I suppose I will actually just go on to music now because there is a
okay.
Yeah. What's the song that's going around in your head right now?
Because you mentioned Kylie and Jason, it's it's Kylie. It's I Should Be So Lucky.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry I did that to you.
I think before that, yeah, before that, I think it was it was still 80s stuff, because some of my exercise music, apart from K-pop Demon Hunters, there's quite a lot of 80s in it. So I had things like 99 Red Balloons, or 99 Luftballons, which is the German version, going round in my head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I have a tendency to listen to YouTube story channels whilst I'm doing my exercises, not music. I find it more distracting from the fact that I really don't want to be doing it.
That's for me. That's the beat. Okay, my turn. Next question from me. So we grew up in a vicarage. Our father was a vicar, God rest his soul. And so I have a question about vicarage life for you, Tash.
Okie
So
dokie.
tell me one thing about living in a vicarage that you thought was normal, but looking back was pretty unusual.
Oh, that has to be when you'd have the tramps calling, and they'd be invited in, and they'd be given a good cooked breakfast or cooked lunch and a nice mug of tea, and then sent on their way with some sandwiches. And this happened quite regularly, because we had a couple of chaps that used to come through every now and then, and they were this was like the 80s, when I really remember it. And they literally did travel from place to place. They were walking from town to town, and whenever they came through, they'd stop at the vicarage and they'd be given their hearty meal, and then sent on their way with something to keep them going. And that was perfectly normal. But I imagine it would be quite unusual in some other houses.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I remember that as well. It was and because Papa used to also let them sleep in the church, didn't he? He used to take them up there if they didn't want to stick around. He would let them go and sleep in the church, because it was a warm place for them to sleep. Because they really were travellers. They did used to travel across the country, didn't they? It wasn't they weren't local to one area.
No, they travelled all around. Yeah.
I don't think we get that as much anymore. They tend
not
to be
in the same way,
cities.
No. Yeah.
Because this, remember, we lived in the country as well, so this was really people who were travelling between rural areas and knew the rural areas really well. So these were the kind of guys that, if you read sort of old books, they're the ones who used to sleep in the hedgerows and things like that in the summer, and then find local work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like we're going back to the 1890s, not the 1990s.
Not the 1980s. Oh, it's my turn now, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yes.
Oh, okay. I'm going with school.
Oh,
my question is, did you ever lie to a teacher because you hadn't done your homework?
Did I? I don't think I did. I was a goody two-shoes.
Yeah, well, so was I, but I did that at least once.
No, I don't think I... No, what I used to do, though, is I used to try and get out of swimming lessons.
Okay.
Because I absolutely hated games. I liked hockey and stuff like that. I just hated athletics and swimming. Couldn't stand it.
You mean like the athletics lesson? Where okay, what you have to understand is both Sophie and I are partially disabled. We have talipes that we were born with. This means we cannot run and we cannot jump. And I will never forget the athletics lesson where the teacher made us all run 400 meters around the track. Sophie and I were so slow that she never made us ever do it again. Not ever. Not ever. Because we held up the lesson for so long.
We're just not fast when it comes to running. I mean, you're more active now with your with
my orthotics.
Orthotics. They make you a bit faster, don't they? But
they make me able to walk a bit faster, but I still can't run.
No,
because there's no spring there.
Yeah,
I mean, you are talking to the person who didn't even make it into the sand pit when we did the long jump. That's how far I can't jump. Yeah. That's because I have no ankle movement, so there's no spring there, so it just doesn't work at all. Yeah.
Whereas I can hop because I have one good leg and one bad leg, so I can actually hop a bit. So I can hop a bit further, but I'm still quite limited, and running is still not a thing.
Not a thing. No, not a thing. Okay.
Okay. Is it my turn? Okay.
It's your turn.
Right. Okay. TV.
Oh.
What's the cringiest TV show you have ever watched?
The cringiest TV show it's got to be a reality TV show.
Okay.
Because they're very, very cringy all the time, and I find I can't watch most of them because my embarrassment squick goes, and it's like I can't watch that anymore. I did actually see half an episode of Big Brother once.
I was thinking Big Brother too, because that is just awful, that show.
and never watched it again. And no, I'm just not into watching people do reality and make complete tits of themselves, basically.
No, it's not good, is it?
Not my thing. I much prefer a reality TV show like The Pottery Throwdown, where they're nice about it and they're creative and it's lovely and I can watch that all day. But I can't watch these ones, and I can't watch things like Keeping Up with the Kardashians or anything like that, because it's just, I just want to cringe my way out of the room all the time. Yeah. It's just not me.
Yeah, curl up in a ball and I agree. I dislike the cringe factor is really, really bad in those things. Because sometimes, I mean, if you watch some comedies, they're funny because the situation is quite funny. Whereas reality TV, they filmed it more than once, because reality TV is not reality. They some of it's scripted, but the acting is so bad and the interactions are so awful that you just want to go, no, stop, go away.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not a fan of most reality TV. Not me.
Okay.
So,
your question.
Let me pick another question. Okay. Right, let's do the 70s. Because we were born in the 70s. So, what event of the 70s is the clearest in your memory?
Oh, I think the clearest in my memory is, I think it was the Silver Jubilee in 1977, when we were little tots, but they had a big celebration on the green in Wittersham, which was full of people, and we were both dressed up, weren't we? I think you were a butterfly and I think I was Bo Peep or something like that. And I just remember all the people.
I remember the wings. Yes, you have brought that back. I remember those wings.
I just remember all the people, because I think it was the first time we'd been somewhere with that many people, because the entire village came out in Wittersham, didn't they? And we had all sorts of events going on, including the fancy dress.
Yes. That is going back some.
Well, 77. Yeah.
I remember the flags. Lots of flags for the Silver Jubilee. So many flags.
Yeah.
It's your turn. Pick a question.
My turn. Okay. My next question for you then is, what art or craft that you don't currently do because I know you're a very arty person. But what one would you pick to try out? What do you want to actually have a go at that you've never done before?
Pottery. I would love to try pottery.
I knew that was going to be your answer.
And no, it had nothing to do with seeing ghosts at a yeah.
No, that would have put me off.
Yeah, looked very messy. No, I would absolutely love to try pottery. I do have a tendency to watch pottery videos on YouTube quite a lot.
They are quite relaxing, aren't they?
They are.
There's a chap called, I think it's Florian Gadsby. He's great to watch because he explains what he's doing, which is always really helpful for those of us who don't do pottery. And he keeps trying out different glazes and different grogs and different amount of grog in the clay and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I watch
really
Pottery Throwdown and they make it look so easy.
Oh yeah, they do, don't they? I'm thinking, if that was me.
It's like, oh look, flew off the wheel. Whoops. Oh, you know that rim? Yeah, that just went bloop.
Yeah, we'd be more like the title credits, wouldn't we? Where the pot collapses on him. Yeah.
Or it explodes in the kiln. Yeah.
But it does look like a fun thing to try.
Yes, I would love to try it. Unfortunately, living in the country, actually finding a class is a bit more difficult. And when they do have classes, they tend to be completely booked out very quickly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Need to find a friend who does pottery and then have a go. Sorry. Okay. Yes. Oh, I'm going with cooking.
Okay.
What is your favourite ingredient?
Garlic. Garlic with everything.
Garlic is a good ingredient. I will give you that. Although I have to admit that onion powder's getting there as well.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I do like Italian herbs as well. Most of my dishes that I'm just throwing together.
The thing is, does Italian that count as one, or does that count as a lot of ingredients?
Well, it's one bottle.
I know it's one bottle, but I think we have to go with the garlic, don't we? Because the garlic.
Well, yeah, and I mean, being a vampire fan as well, I would say garlic.
Wouldn't that be the antithesis of a vampire fan, though?
Yes. I suppose so. Yes. Okay, my turn.
Yep.
Okay, reading.
Uh-huh.
If you were stuck on a desert island and only have one book to read for the rest of your life on that island, what would it be and why?
What would it be? Oh, God, I've got two. And I don't know which one to pick.
Well, tell me both and then we decide which one's the best.
It'd either be Dune or Salem's Lot. Because those are two of my comfort reads. Because I just love reading them.
Now you have to explain why.
Well, Dune I love because I just like the way the plot goes and how it's so intricate. But
what do you think of the movie, the recent movie adaptations, or any of the movie adaptations actually?
I love the 1984 version, even though it has some terrible parts in it, because I saw it before I read the book. So it has a very fond place in my heart. I think the best adaptations have been the Sci-Fi Channel's 2000 and 2001 adaptations with I can't remember it. Alec, or is it Alex? The chap that you once PA'd for at one of the conventions. He plays Paul. I can't remember his name. But the Children of Dune one they has James McAvoy in it as well. And I actually think they did an absolutely fantastic job of the story. Whereas I think the modern movies, the first movie is boring. I think it's a terrible movie.
Oh dear.
The second movie I think is a good sci-fi movie, but I do not think it is Dune. And I have no idea what they're going to do with the third one. But let's just say that...
We've seen the trailer, haven't we?
Yeah, we saw it last night.
We've seen the trailer for the third one.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh!
And it's like, I do not like the modern one at all. I think they spectacularly miss the feeling of Dune. It just... It doesn't feel like Dune at all to me. And the other one is Stephen King's Salem's Lot. Because I love that book. And I love the I love the 1979 adaptation and the 2004 adaptation, and I enjoy the 2024 or was it 25 adaptation, but I don't think it's as good as the other two because I think they missed the small town feel. Because the whole point of Salem's Lot
it's quite a good story. But it's. I think you're right. It's quite a good story, but it doesn't have the same kind of.
The isolation
it doesn't
is the
echo
point.
the book.
Yeah.
I think because it's so modern, I don't think the isolation exists anymore. And
but it's set in the 70s. It's set in the 70s. It's set when the book's set, but it just doesn't feel right. I think it's because there wasn't enough of the town in the adaptation.
It was too quick, wasn't it? They didn't spend the time introducing the characters as much as they would.
I understand that there was supposed to be a longer version. I heard somewhere there's supposed to be a longer version, and I think what's happened is too much of it hit the cutting room floor. And also, I was not particularly intimidated by the chap who is the Master's familiar, not Barlow. Now it's gone out of my head. But whereas in the other two, Donald Sutherland and James Mason, wow, they had presence.
They're excellent. Yeah.
Whereas the new chap, he wasn't terrible. It's just it didn't grab me. But the vampires in the modern one, oh my lord, they are so scary. They are the scariest vampires. Oh, they did that bit right. They got the vampires scary. That was really well done. I think that's one thing about 2004. The vampires are too pretty. They're not scary in that version. Yeah. And how all the ladies, they are scary. And all the ladies when they become vampires, they get frizzy hair, as if they just plaited it overnight. It's like, seriously? It's like, can we talk about that bit? No. But anyway, so Dune or Salem's Lot? I think I'll go with Dune, so I don't scare myself with Salem's Lot.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I've read Dune once. I wouldn't read it again, but I do love Salem's Lot. I would read that a couple of times. Yeah.
See, I like Dune and I like Children of Dune, but I do not like Dune Messiah or anything after Children of Dune. I like those two books, but I don't really like the other ones.
I haven't tried them. I got past number 1 and thought, that's it, I've done enough. I find it too long and a bit too heavy for me. I am not a very fast reader, people. And so it does take me quite a while to get through big books. And there's only a few really big books that I actually really like. And I would say Salem's Lot is one of them. Okay, over to you.
Oh, yes. Okay, which one shall I go? Okay, I'm going back to the indie publishing question.
Okay.
Why do you publish on Amazon?
Convenience, mainly, and because they've got a reach. So if you want people to see your book, it really ought to go on Amazon. I mean, I'm really impressed with Draft to Digital, which are the people that took over from Smashwords, apart from the fact they're now starting to charge a yearly fee, which is a little bit...
So they're going after the little guy. Yeah, it's like, you want to charge it. You want to charge the people who aren't making any money for using your service. Seriously.
Yeah, rather than actually making sure that your fees, your percentage that you're taking covers the costs. And I mean, I can see I can see the logic in what they're doing, but
it's wrong.
I really do. Yes, if they want to compete with Amazon, it's wrong. Because they already cost slightly more on some things than Amazon do anyway. But I mean, because we use, but I like, I mean, I object to giving money to Jeff Bezos, but Amazon, they were there. They were the first people there. We've been with them since KDP really started. We were there before KDP Select, and which is it's Kindle Unlimited for people that are using it. It's called KDP Select for those of us who published to it.
Which is really silly. Why is it two different things? But never mind. Yeah, this is Amazon.
Yeah, anyway,
as is not a reason why.
And we have started using Kindle Unlimited and putting some of our stuff up there. But
we also object to the exclusivity.
Yes, we do. Yes. Because you can't, although you can put, is it different formats? You can't put the ebook anywhere else, but you can put do other formats.
The paperbacks
up elsewhere. So the exclusivity is with the ebook, and it's for 3 months, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but it's you have, that's because you have to sign up for 3 months, and every time you renew it, the exclusivity comes back.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's exclusive forever. Mm-hmm. If you publish on KDP Select, which is Kindle Unlimited, you cannot publish the ebook anywhere else.
I'm wondering when they're going to change that, because
they'll never change that. Not unless somebody goes, this is monopolies, we're forcing you. That's the only way it will ever stop.
Yeah. But anyway, yes, we don't like what Amazon does, but it's, when you think about it as a business,
it's got the biggest market share.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, me next. Right. Okay, writing. As we mentioned, we're both writers. So I'm going to ask you now, Tash. Yep. What story or book series are you most proud of that you've written and published, and why? Could be a book or a book series.
That's definitely got to be the Charlie Waterman series. It was one of the first books I published. It has, and the first book in the series has gone through an overhaul at least 3 times. But the other two, I love Charlie. Charlie is basically a bit inept and is and is thrown into being a hero, which he doesn't really want, into using magic that he's not any good at because he's technically too old to learn. And there's all these, and then he's thrust into leading this group of younger people who are all better at it than he is. And I just love Charlie because he does his best, and he literally just if he can't figure out, he just tries to deal with it with kindness and then get on with it. And the way I set it up, it means I can use any genre I like because it's a multi-world scenario. So he can go into any kind of world.
You wrote the metaverse before Marvel did, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, but you got to remember that they did that in the comics years and years ago. But yeah, so it's like the first one is an action adventure with magic and it's set. Everything happens on Earth. Then you've got the action adventure with mafia-style families and vampires on a different planet in the second one, and in the third one, you've got dragons and dragon riders.
Mm-hmm. And I do like your Charlie stories. Yeah.
So I get to pick whichever genre I like, then I get to write Charlie and his friends into it, and it's And I think they're really good stories and they'll appeal to most people. So, yeah, I'm very proud of those.
Yeah, they are fun. I do enjoy those. Yeah. Okay.
I just have to decide which number 4 is about yet. I keep thinking about it, but I haven't decided yet. I will get there in the end. I will figure it out. Okay, my turn. Films.
Okay.
What is the first film you remember seeing in the cinema?
Oh, I can't remember which one it is because it's either E.T. or The Fox and the Hound. I think it was The Fox and the Hound came first.
Yes, I think it probably was. What about Pinocchio? Did you not remember Pinocchio?
Oh, I blocked that out because it was so boring. This is Disney's Pinocchio. I have never liked Disney's Pinocchio.
No, but they did. It wasn't it paired with an astronaut in King Arthur's court.
Yes, it was. Yeah,
because younger people, fun. What you don't understand is back in those days, you'd have a B movie first, and then you'd have the main feature.
Yes,
and there would be the interval between them.
Yes, because and it was quite a long thing. You got your money's worth.
Oh yes, definitely. And it wasn't full of adverts. Sorry, we went to the cinema last night to see Project Hail Mary, and there were so many adverts beforehand. 45 minutes of adverts was too much.
Yes.
But anyway.
That was a little bit tedious. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Me next again, isn't it? Okay. Okay. What have I got left? Okay. 1970s. My 1970s question.
Okie dokies.
Okay. What for you was the scariest public information film that we got shown at primary school? And for everybody who hasn't seen these things, public information films were the kind of films that they put on at school to tell you not to do things. And they didn't hold back with scaring the bejesus out of us.
It was definitely the farm one.
Oh,
because I remember the slurry pit and the poisoning and isn't there something to do with sharp tractor bits as well or something?
Yeah, falling on the tractor, I think the plough or something, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Because again, we lived in the country. Our aunt had a farm, so we saw quite a lot of this stuff close up. And yes, it did terrify us for quite a while. Yes. I think it's called Apaches. It's on YouTube. And I think we ought to do a review of the 70s public information films at some point on our channel. Yeah. If anyone wants to see that, let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Oh, it's my turn now, isn't it? Oh,
it is, yes.
I'm going with TV. Okay. What TV shows do you think influenced your favourite tropes?
Oh, TV shows. Doctor Who. I can't have films, can I? Because that's a separate category. So
yeah, no, it has to be TV shows. But Chucky? What about Doctor Who? Chucky, yeah. But
I mean, Doctor Who. It was all the. I think it was the assistants. I think, and the fact that it could be anywhere, and the assistants would get stuck in the middle of and go, "Doctor, help me!" type stuff. One thing I didn't notice as a kid, but I do notice now, is the fact that all those poor female assistants were in awful high heels, and no wonder they couldn't run. He'd run across this quarry in high heels.
Yeah.
At least some of them now, they're sensible shoes. They do tend to have sensible shoes. I think probably because Women's Lib said no.
What about Chucky?
Chucky is. I mean, that's a sci-fi series, and there's quite a few children's sci-fi it was on children's TV. We used to have a time period. It was between 3:30 and 5:30, wasn't it? And they used to have cartoons and things to start, but then we'd have there used to be a drama series, and there's quite a lot of those that influenced me. Chucky being one of them, which was a sci-fi. It was about it's based on a book, and
by John Wyndham,
it's
isn't it?
about,
Is it John Wyndham?
Yes, I think it's John Wyndham. Yeah, I do like some of his stuff. The Midwich Cuckoos is fantastic as well. The book, I haven't. I think I've seen the movie and there's a TV series, but I prefer the book. The book with Midwich Cuckoos is fantastic. Again, it's all about both of them are pretty much about telepathy. The Chucky, a boy makes contact with an alien who is worlds away, and he makes contact with her, and she's teaching him things. And so it goes through him learning about one of the things is binary. Well, the first time I ever heard about binary, then I got into computers. So, and I thought, I know this. I've read this. But there's also things like, I mean, Children of the Stones scared me rigid as a child.
That's a great show.
Yeah. There was
Children of the Dog
Star? Yes. There's also The Tomorrow People, which I remember the 80s version of that.
Yeah, because we missed the 70s version, didn't we?
We missed the 70s. It was too early in the 70s for us. We were too young. But I have watched it since, and it's so much fun. But I like all those ones where children get involved and do stuff. And gave us a kind of a strange sense of our own importance, really, I suppose. If kids can go and solve all the problems. Because, of course, then there's also, if it wasn't for you meddling kids, Scooby-Doo and stuff like that. So,
Yeah. I do remember we always used to have a little bit of a battle watching Scooby-Doo because our piano lesson was at the same time, and the person who went to the piano lesson first didn't get to watch Scooby-Doo. So, oh boy, were there some fights about that.
Yeah, and we weren't neither of us were very good at piano in the end because we just weren't interested.
Nuh-uh. Much rather watch Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is much more interesting than piano lessons.
Okay, my turn now, isn't it?
Yep.
Now, what haven't I asked you? Okay, films.
Okay.
What film genre have you found yourself watching that you would have never gone near 20 years ago, and why?
Ooh.
You probably blame your husband if you think of one of those genres that you'd never have watched.
No, I think it's probably more likely watching something like The King's Speech and things like that. 20 years ago, I wouldn't have been interested in a movie like that or that genre. So basically, historical drama. Most of them wouldn't have caught my attention. I mean, we might have seen the odd one because Mummy was watching it or something. But it wouldn't have been a huge thing. Whereas some of them I really enjoy. Some of them are still I find as, they're not my thing. It's like, no, can't watch that. But there are some of them that I find incredibly interesting. So that's probably the genre I would pick. Because most of my other viewing pleasure tends to be... it's all the same. It's the vampire movies, the horror movies, the fantasy, the sci-fi. That's a lot of the ones we watch.
I think one of the ones that I fell in love with that I didn't expect to was Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe.
Oh yes, I remember seeing that. Yes,
love that. I love that, and it's Kathy Bates, in her 40s, I think, when she filmed that, because it was late 80s, I think, wasn't it? And it's
the thing about
and it's
watching that is
I really
is when we watched it, I knew the blonde lass who plays the young, who's the one who's talking about her youth. I knew the actress much better than I knew Kathy Bates at the time, but of course now I know Kathy Bates much more. Yeah.
Kathy Bates has really come into her own in her later years, hasn't she? Because she was a fabulous actress. But we mainly know her from her 40s onwards. So it's sort of late 80s, and now she's in her 70s now, I think. And she's in what's that legal drama?
Matlock.
Matlock, yeah, she's in Matlock. and she's brilliant in that.
I have to admit, I've only seen shorts on YouTube for that. I have not actually got around to watching it. It's one of those that's on my list to, if I've got time, watch it, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
Yeah. Okay, your go.
Oh, my go. Let's go with art. Let's go with arts and crafts. What art or craft have you tried but you just can't do?
Oh, the thing that I am really, really, really awful at is sculpting.
Oh, I remember your self-portrait.
It was actually meant to be of you.
Was it? Okay.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but
it looked like Barry Manilow.
The nose was quite large. Maybe I should have been offended.
No, that was just my skill. That was truly awful. But yes, I think sculpture is the really, really bad. I don't think I've done anything. It seems to be anything 3D I have issues with, because I'm not really good at drawing and painting. Probably because I haven't practiced enough. I can use Paint Shop or Photoshop and the equivalent and things like that, so I can do edits and things, but I really do not have the artistic experience to do anything much else. Okay, my turn. Okay, music.
Music, okay.
Is there a type of music you will not listen to when writing?
There's lots of music I won't listen to when writing. Because if I know the words, I'm singing along. And that's not conducive to writing. So,
you end up typing it, don't you?
Yes. So most of the time, when I'm writing, I will either listen to music that has no words, or I will listen to music where I cannot figure out what the words are.
Okay. So you'd be fine with J or K-pop then?
Yes. I have actually listened to J-rock and stuff like that whilst I'm but the problem is, if I'm not careful, my brain still attempts to sing it. And yeah, so mostly I will listen to stuff without words when I'm writing. And I will not listen to stuff that has words that I am familiar with, because I get distracted. Yeah. So yeah. And I won't listen to music that annoys me either, because that will defeat the object of having the music in the background. So yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah.
But that's about it.
Nothing with words. Yeah, nothing with words. Dislike.
And nothing that annoys me. Yes. That's about it. Oh, it's my turn to ask a question now, isn't it?
Yep.
Let's go for reading. Do you have a guilty reading pleasure?
Oh, yes, I do. All 21 of them. On
I knew you
Kindle.
were going to say this.
Yes. There are 21 of them at the moment. It's the Ellie Jordan Ghost Trapper series books by J.L. Bryan. And they are just fantastic. They are quick reads. They're the only thing, given how slow a reader I am, that I read in a day. And it does take me all day. I mean, they're not that long, so if you're a fast reader, you can probably get through it in a couple of hours, but I'm just not that fast. But they are fantastic because I love ghost books. And these are set in Georgia. And it's about a lass who works with first of all, it's a couple of people, but she actually goes and sorts out people's ghost problems. So people call her that. She's a bit like a Ghostbuster. That's just why it's Ghost Trapper, I suppose. But she goes and first of all, she has to find out what the problem is, so she doesn't know what the situation is when she walks into it. That's the really interesting bit, when they're finding out the backstories and stuff like that. And then it does get quite scary at times. Sometimes I'm going, reading my Kindle, moving it along quickly, don't know what happens. But they are definitely my guilty reading pleasure. I do read. I don't think I've ever read it again, because they come out so regularly. But I've been through all 21, and there's only one that I gave 1 star, because he changed the genre, or changed the feeling of the genre. A bit like J.K. Rowling did with Harry Potter, the last book, completely changing the genre of the book. He did that with one of them. He hasn't done it since, which is good. But
clearly
basically
got the message.
Yeah, it went too big, and I didn't like it. But most of them get 4 or 5 stars every time I read them, because I always review them all, because I think it's only fair. Being an indie author myself, if I've really enjoyed a book, even if I haven't, I want to
Review
leave a
it.
review.
Yeah,
review it properly. So I definitely always leave a review on Amazon, which now of course feeds through to Goodreads, but sometimes I will do a Goodreads one. If I want to do more information, I sometimes do a Goodreads review as well, because I want to. That's the way us readers give back to authors, is to leave a review and leave some stars, however much we think of it.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, it's my turn now, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. Films. No, we've already asked that question.
We did films, yes.
Yeah. Cooking. Do you have a favourite go-to recipe? Where did it come from, and why do you keep coming back to it?
Oh, are we going savoury or sweet here?
Up to you.
Oh. Well, I do have a new favourite savoury recipe.
Oh, yeah.
It is, it's a yogurt chicken curry recipe by
you sent that to me
on YouTube. And it is delicious. And it's also healthy, which is always a plus.
That's always good. Yes.
And it's so easy to make, and it's so tasty. And you can have it with a naan, or you can have it with rice, or it's absolutely delicious. So that's my savoury one. With the sweet one, it has to be the vegan cookie dough balls, which are actually a protein ball snack, which are they're based on white beans and dates, and have peanut butter and chocolate chips in them, and then you cover them in dark chocolate. And they are just so good as an afternoon snack, just to give you a boost. They're absolutely brilliant. So yeah,
I like those.
Those are my two go-to recipes at the moment.
Cool.
Oh, my turn to ask, yes?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I haven't asked you the Vicarage life one yet, have I?
No, you haven't, no.
What was the most annoying thing about being the daughter of a vicar when you were 10 or under?
The most annoying thing was we could never win the competitions that Mummy judged. Mama, being the vicar's wife, got invited to judge the kids' competitions at the Fates and all that kind of stuff. And of course, she would, being very fair, she wouldn't pick us.
Ever. Yes.
And of course, you never get this explained to you when you're 7.
No.
You just don't win.
Ever.
Which is always sad when you're 7.
Yes. Yeah, I get that. Yep. I'm totally there with you on that one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, my go.
Yep.
What have we got left? We're nearly done now, aren't we?
Yeah, nearly there.
School. I think that's the last one for you.
Yeah.
What is your favourite memory from school?
Oh, my favourite memory from school. I think it would have to be when we, as sixth formers, all dressed up in the ridiculous pink stuff to be cheerleaders for our sports team. Basically,
have to give some background to this.
Yes, when we were at school, we had day houses and boarding houses, and when we just started sixth form, they created a new day house because there was too many day pupils, and they asked for volunteers. And basically, all the people who volunteered turned out to be the science nerds and things.
Yes.
So basically, the nerds. And we were utterly awful at the sports games and the drama competition and the music competition, because we didn't have the drama nerds or the we had all
prowess.
the science. We had all the sports teams. We had all of the science nerds. So with the science competition, we toasted everybody. But our teams were getting a bit, they weren't. They kept losing. So we decided we had to cheer them up. So all the sixth formers, we dyed some hockey socks pink, and we had pink T-shirts because our house colour was bright pink, because it was the only one left of the badges.
This is neon pink, guys.
Pink.
This was neon pink, and we picked this colour because the other option I think was just a muddy grey or something, wasn't it?
It was not good.
Colours.
And so we decided that as sixth formers we were going to make idiots of ourselves to cheer up our sports teams, and I remember doing that, and that was so much fun. Because we looked utterly ridiculous. The hockey field, I think it was.
Because didn't we have our hair in bunches? And
I'm pretty sure we did the bunches thing as well. Yeah. We had all of us had a lot of fun.
Pink pom-poms.
Pink pom-poms. Yeah. That was fun. I think
we actually scored a goal in that match. I think we actually inspired our people to actually score a goal, but only one. We still got trounced, but we enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun. Oh, so I've got one question left for you, don't I?
Yes,
you must
be
have. The
80s?
The 80s, yes. Okay. What did the 80s do best?
Oh, that's a difficult question because it did so many things well. I think for us, since we were getting into it, it did the movies really, really well. 80s
especially
movies,
horror movies.
Yes. Well, I think anything. So, I mean, we loved things like Ghoulies and House and all those kind of ones, the horror movies, and of course the vampire movies, because we absolutely love Fright Night and Fright Night 2 and all those ones. But actually also things like The Breakfast Club. And those
John
kind
Hughes.
Of ones. John Hughes movies were fantastic. And there's all those you just keep going back to. Just watch them again and again. There's also Footloose. Yes. There's also Jumping Jack Flash with Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh yeah, Whoopi Goldberg. Yes, absolutely brilliant.
First time I'd ever seen Whoopi Goldberg in anything. She was just screaming with laughter in that movie. Brilliant.
Oh yes, it was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
definitely,
movies. There's something about them.
And also all of the kids movies where the kids got to go and solve the whole problem, and the adults just seem to be over there, like the Goonies and Daryl and things like that. I mean, Stranger Things. Yeah. That's what season 1 Stranger Things was basically emulating, and they actually got that bit right. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actually, Stranger Things, whenever they pick an 80s movie genre, they actually do tend to get it right.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the problems with the final season. They didn't have just a movie genre that they were going for.
Yeah. They just want to wrap everything up, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
but the films definitely, because I mean things like Alien as well. I mean, I remember Alien I
You mean
didn't see until
Aliens?
a bit later, but Aliens I remember watching
Yeah.
that when
And let's
it came
not
on
forget
TV.
Return of the Jedi.
Oh yes,
Yes.
brilliant,
That was
brilliant
the
movie. I love
first
that
movie we
movie.
saw on VHS.
Yes,
Because Daddy
I'm
went
gonna
off
go back a
to
bit though.
yeah, because we didn't have a VHS player until we were 18, but we had a friend who needed she was a school teacher, and somebody had to look after the VCR during the holidays because it couldn't be left in the school because at that point they were very expensive, and so excuse me, we got we got to see Return of the Jedi on VHS because we were borrowing the VCR. And
Yeah.
I remember Daddy went to hire it without realizing that you had to be a member or anything like that. But because he was a vicar, they let him hire it anyway.
There were some useful things for Daddy
There
having
were
a
some
collar.
useful things about him being a vicar. Yes.
Yeah,
So I think, didn't we watch it 6 times in one day?
something like that. It was ridiculous.
I think it was 6 times in one day. Yeah.
We did rather enjoy it, and again, that's one of the things that's influenced our writing and what we loved, because we fell in love with. I mean, I think Return of the Jedi. I mean, I think as an adult looking back, probably The Empire Strikes Back is a better movie, but
Yes,
as a
but
kid, I love Return of the Jedi. It's
the
just
problem with
I think it's Luke as well. I think Luke coming into being a Jedi and stuff like that. I think is just it hits all the buttons, doesn't it?
yeah, and the problem with Empire Strikes Back is it scarred us as children because my
It did,
parents
yes.
who they're not sci-fi fans. But when we were little, we had to have operations on our feet, and we had plasters on our feet. And so one day we couldn't go to the school field trip because it was to the beach and we couldn't go on the beach with our plasters. So Mummy and Daddy decided to take us to see a movie. And they took us to see The Empire Strikes Back.
Not realizing that it's
The
sequel, not the original movie, and that how it finishes. Does everyone remember how it finishes?
Because the good guys do not win in Empire Strikes Back. The clue is in the name. And yes, and when you're 7, yes, that doesn't sit well.
It's very distressing. No.
But yeah, so yeah. Although I totally blame The Empire Strikes Back for my love of Hurt Comfort, for the whole Torn and Luke and
yeah, but also Return from Witch Mountain.
Oh
well.
Yes, Return from Witch Mountain.
Yeah.
Hurt Comfort in the yes, yeah, but that's also got the telepathy and the telekinesis as well.
Telepathy, telekinesis, yes.
It's amazing what things you see as a child will really get in your head, and yep. I've still got that book, so I've still got the book of the movie somewhere for that, I think.
Yeah, probably in your bookshelf somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. I mean, it's a big enough bookshelf, so. Cool.
Anyway, I think that's it, isn't it? We've come to the end of the questions.
Yep. So that's some stuff about us. As you can tell, we're a little bit weird. But we take pride in being a little bit weird. So,
yes.
I mean, let's face it, we're Gen X, so this is part of our personality.
Yeah.
Ta-ta!
Yes. See you in the next one. Bye.